Hello, everybody, and welcome. This is Adrian. Thank you so much for joining me today. So, today it is the 29th of December of 2016. It means we have like 2 days until the new year comes around. We're going to be in 2017 here pretty soon. And basically, I just wanted to, have a chat with you guys and show you what we've done over, I guess the last, I want to say 8 months, although really I've been doing YouTube for about 10 months or so. Yeah. So I just want to, have a chat with you guys. And, there's a lot of new viewers that have come to the channel. You guys have been awesome and, old or new. I know that there's some of you guys here that have been here since the beginning, which was about February or March of this year, 2016. And then there's new viewers all the time, right? So just in case you are new, I do want to show you what we've done since the beginning of this whole endeavor. My history is a little off, so you have to forgive me on that one, but I'm pretty sure I do remember damn near most of what I've done over the time here that we've been here on YouTube. So let's get started. I mean, hopefully this video isn't too long or anything like that, but it is going to be a year in review. We've been doing YouTube for, I think, about 10 months, I guess would be the most accurate thing to say. And I just wanted to show you guys a little bit of what I've done, for the last 10 months of 2016. So let's go here to devoted videos. Actually, no, we're going to go to playlists. We're going to go playlists. So don't look at that video. Don't look at that page right there. There's some stuff you're not supposed to see yet. So let's come on down to all of our playlists. I organize these playlists very much so in a very particular fashion to show how the channel has progressed over time. All the thumbnails are at least relatively sort of the same. They have the same kind of design, the same kind of brand, right? I have my own kind of branding, I guess you would say. And if you ever want a really good idea of what I've done on my channel, go to the playlists page. That will show you pretty much everything you need to know. All the games that we've ever played, all the previews that we've ever had of, different titles and things like that, AAA, indie games. Most of my content, as you can probably tell, is either independent games like, from Paradox Development Studio, Paradox Interactive, or, there's some others in here like Let's Play Gemini 3. There's, let's see here. I did some like Empire Total War stuff, even though they are technically, I guess they would be like a AAA, kind of studio. They're very professional. They're owned by Sega and stuff. I mean, if you really look at it, this goes back really far. I will admit, our first campaign, I think for the channel was actually a Let's Play of Total War, Rome 2. And that was, I played the Wrath of Sparta campaign in Total War Rome 2. That was in, I believe, let's check out what was the first video? Let's see here. You guys can look this up on the channel, actually. You can see it didn't get very good views. It got 3 likes. If it's up to me, the thumbnail just looks like shit. I really should, do another thumbnail of this video. This came out February 28th. 2016. And actually, I guess you would say the description actually does look fairly similar to what I have today. It's just got a little description. It's got the, the playlist page, and it's got a, follow me button. I got like support me on Patreon, a Twitter, Twitch link. This one actually isn't accurate anymore. This one isn't correct as far as I know. Holy shit, look at this. Whoa, this is my old Twitch page. Oh my God. I didn't know that this is actually still online. That's really weird. I need to close that account. Holy shit, look at that. That's so weird, dude. I have a new Twitch page. This actually is the wrong page now. This isn't the right one. I have a different Twitch page that I use, but so yeah, that's weird. I gotta double check that. Anyway, yeah, so that was my first campaign, was Total War Rome 2, the Wrath of Sparta campaign. And actually, I will admit the recording quality is actually pretty decent on these campaigns. The audio sucks, right? My microphone, I think the first microphone I used, I actually still have it here. It was a gaming microphone by, I think by Logitech. I don't even know which one, actually. I know that it lights up. It's like really green and it lights up. That was my first like microphone. That's what I used to do in the first days of our Let's Play channel. And yeah, so this campaign, it definitely went down the tubes. It really wasn't, interesting that much to me anyway. I like Total War and all that kind of stuff. I really wish I could play more of it, but I wasn't that good at doing Let's Plays, and so I kind of gave up on that campaign after a little while. I remember back in the day, I used to do some Counter-Strike Global Offensive Let's Plays. I used to like stream on Twitch and play, and I used to upload them to the channel. But it was quick. I realized very quickly that I was much more of a strategy guy. I like shooters, don't get me wrong. Counter-Strike Global Offensive, Rainbow Six Siege, even Titanfall 2, Battlefield 1. I love those shooters. I love those shooters. The thing is for my channel anyway, I've always felt that strategy was where I needed to be. I needed to be doing strategy Let's Plays and strategy games, grand strategy games, Total War, Europa Universalis IV. Those were the games that I love. And I felt like if I did just a bunch of shooters, you know, I would be kind of with the rest of everybody else on YouTube and on Twitch that does shooter games. You know, there's plenty of people doing, you know, FPS games and shooters, and I like to play them for fun, but I really do prefer strategy games, you know, and I felt like I would have a better success, a more successful channel doing strategy than I would first person shooters. And to be honest, that did kind of turn out to be true. I actually also used to look at strategy, I used to look at first person shooter games in a way as strategy games. There actually is a certain amount of tactics and strategy involved in shooters and in first person shooters, but at the same time, you know, they are very Twitch oriented kind of games, right? When you see an enemy, you twitch and you move your mouse and you shoot and that's it. Whereas there's not a lot of thought put into, you know, your moves, at least when it comes to shooting people and taking objectives and stuff like that. There's not a lot of thought that goes into that. It's just, you have to go and do it. You have to go shoot and kill and things like that. So strategy was just always where I wanted the channel to be. And so I kind of stopped with Counter-Strike Global Offensive. And I think the second campaign we did was actually Shogun 2, Rise of the Samurai. We did a Kiso Minamoto campaign in the Rise of the Samurai expansion for Total War Shogun 2. And then the playlist is only 3 episodes because I actually got defeated at the end of this, and I decided not to continue with it because I was kind of like, I was still getting into my zone of Let's Plays, and so I kind of felt a little sad, a little humiliated. So I did put it up on the channel though, because I did want to show that I'm still a person, right? I can be victorious, but I can also be defeated, right? I can have defeats and things like that. So I ended up actually putting that series on there, and then it did go very long, but it's okay. You know, it was kind of me testing the waters with what I wanted to do with the channel. We actually did some Team Fortress 2 as well, but easily I gave up on those kinds of videos here. You know, I could possibly return to first person shooters, at least like in another channel maybe, but for now I do want to put all my effort into the strategy channel here that we have, you know. We did some Total War, Rome 2, we did Massilia, we did a Massilia campaign. That ended as well after a little while because it's just an old game. Not a lot of people were interested in it. It wasn't going to go where I wanted it to go. I didn't actually think it was that fun or that interesting to watch me play those games. You know, they've been out for a while. I mean, Rome 2 came out in like what, 2012, right? 2013. You know, people have been there, they've done that. So I felt like I needed to kind of dive into what I was really, really good at, which was actually Europa Universalis IV. So I did, let's see here, I did a Denmark live stream. This was in March 25th of 2016. I did a live stream for Denmark. I did let's see, we did Victoria 2. I used the PDM Concert of Europe mod as Mexico. That was a very, very successful campaign. That was the first campaign that really took it off on the channel. People loved this campaign. People really enjoyed watching me play it, watching me talk about Mexico and stuff like that. The recording quality was actually pretty decent. You know, the audio quality was also pretty decent, and I had really good commentary. Like even the first video on this series is actually almost 1,300 views, which is pretty decent for a game that came out in like 2010. You know, so in fact, I actually even think that if you search this up on YouTube, this is actually, if you search up this mod, PDM Concert of Europe, I think this is actually the first playlist in the first series that you do get. So I had a lot of success with this campaign, and I want to come back to more Victoria 2 actually, because I love that game. It's in my eyes Paradox Interactive's masterpiece, right? They've never made a game better than Victoria 2 as far as I'm concerned. Even though, you know, Europa Universalis 4 is cool, Crusader Kings 2 is awesome, they still have not beaten Victoria 2, not yet. They got a long way to go on that one. The next we did like some Venice, we did a Venice live stream, and so I kind of made a little series on Venice. I would love to come back to a Venice game. We definitely should do that. The reason I didn't continue on with the Venice campaign was because we actually had started up when Mare Nostrum was released. the Mare Nostrum expansion for Europa Universalis IV. I actually did a Genoa campaign, and so Genoa and Venice are kind of similar as they are merchant republics, and they build trade empires and things like that. So I always felt like we should take our energy from Venice and go to Genoa. And so this campaign was actually also very, very successful because I wanted to, give, I guess, my insight or my review on the Mare Nostrum expansion for Europa Universalis IV. This was out in April. Yeah, April 5th, 2016. And so, this was also one of the first campaigns where I realized, like, hey, Europa Universalis IV is actually what I should be doing, because this campaign went on for a long time and I really enjoyed playing it. It was very, very, very entertaining for me and very entertaining for the users that watched my videos. And I realized, man, that's what I should be doing. That's what I should focus on is Europa Universalis IV grand strategy. Let's see. I did some, I experimented with like Total War battles, Total War Rome 2. Like there's big YouTubers like Lionheart, Pixelated Apollo. They do a lot of battles and stuff like that. And, don't get me wrong, I love Total War, but I'm not the guy to comment on battles and analyze, battles, multiplayer battles. I'm not a multiplayer kind of guy, so I was never able to really get into the whole battles channel thing that Lionheart and Pixelated Apollo and stuff got into. So I never tried it out. When Stellaris was released, we did a Stellaris campaign as a German Reich. Right, I used historical names for my scientists and stuff like that. I used like Erwin Rommel and like Joseph Goebbels and stuff like that for my character names and my scientists and generals and stuff. So that was pretty interesting. But we eventually did wrap up that campaign as well. That was my first foray into Stellaris. I haven't really touched it that much since then, but we do what we can. When Total War Warhammer was released, I actually did an Empire campaign. That was fun. Total War Warhammer is actually freaking awesome, but that's just me. We did this fascist Sweden campaign here. This is actually what really took my channel off, though, since, obviously, Hearts of Iron 4 was released on June 6th, 2016 of this year. I did a fascist Sweden campaign as my first Hearts of Iron 4 campaign. I hadn't even played the game, actually. I just kind of went into it, started recording, started playing with stuff around, started playing around with stuff. I even remember, actually, I recorded this right after I finished my finals for my first year of college. I got done with my finals that day on June 6th and then just went home and started playing this game for like a few hours. And this is the campaign that really set my channel off here. 17,000 views on the playlist alone. The beginning episode actually has 11,000 views. And so that was really what attracted a lot of people to the channel. That was what kind of put me into the Hearts of Iron 4 scene. And even though it doesn't have a lot of views like other people like Quill18 or Roomba or something like that, this is a lot for me. This is, I think, actually my most viewed episode, or my most viewed video on the channel, if I remember correctly. I don't think there's another video that beats how many views this one got. And so, yeah, after that, we did more Hearts of Iron 4. We did some more Total War Warhammer. We did a Greenskins campaign. And then I started to do a lot of Europa Universalis IV. I started to do a lot of achievements. This was the One Night in Paris achievement as England. I went back to Victoria 2 as the Two Sicilies. We did more Hearts of Iron 4 as Germany. That was like the big one. That's really what proved your mettle, right? Is when you did a Germany campaign and you were victorious. I did some OBS Studio tutorials. You should check that out if you're interested in learning more about OBS Studio. I did another Stellaris campaign here. Let's play Stellaris as the Terran Confederacy here. Let's see. I actually used to do, what I used to do is I used to do Rainbow Six Siege. Some people enjoyed these. Some people enjoyed these videos. I like Rainbow Six Siege. It's just, like I said, I don't want the channel to be a shooter channel. I'd rather prefer for it to be, just strategy. Let me know if you guys want to see more shooters. Shorter game like FPS games on the channel. I really don't want to flood the channel with FPS games and stuff like that, but I do like shooters. I like to give my, I guess, feedback on them and my commentary and my experience on them. So I enjoy it. It's fun. Some people actually enjoyed the breakup of content like that. Some people enjoyed the shooters as well as the strategy. If there is a game that requires strategy, it'd be Rainbow Six Siege. That's a very very serious game as far as being a shooter. It's not just a Twitch shooter. You don't just point and click. It's actually much more than that. So that was fun. We did, let's see, more Total War Warhammer. This was the Beastmen's expansion, the Beastmen expansion. We did an Eye for an Eye campaign. I was also defeated in this campaign. We never came back to it. I'd love to do some more of that. This campaign here was an early Reich. This is where we did our Brandenburg campaign. That was pretty fun, actually. Playing as Brandenburg is really good. It was a really good time. We did some Hegemony 3. This was the Crusader Kings 2 Reapers Due expansion. We did some Europa Universalis IV, the Sultan of Rome campaign. Let's see, more Hearts of Iron 4. We did the Soviet Union, Fascist Finland. These were the first campaigns for a little while. I actually hadn't gone back to Hearts of Iron 4 in a little bit. These were the first campaigns when we had come back to Hearts of Iron 4 after a period of time. I believe these were both in August or September of this year. So not just a couple months ago, actually. The Rights of Man expansion was released here, and this was actually a big campaign as well, because this was the first time I had gotten a review copy of a game. I actually I got a friend at Paradox, I can't reveal his name, but I got a friend at Paradox, and he's a really nice guy, and I actually got a review copy from him, and so, you know, it was awesome. It was really cool to get a review copy, and this also put us into the Europa Universalis IV scene, because I think I was one of the first people that actually put videos on Rights of Man on YouTube. Actually, it was the first time that I had really gotten to the scene with the first people, on YouTube, on Twitch. I was one of the firsts. The Rights of Man campaign was one of the firsts. In fact, we can even go to the beginning video here. We can go to the beginning video. It's got 3,400 views, and so I thought that was really cool. It's funny, I don't even think Quill18 actually did a Rights of Man campaign. I don't believe he did, actually, if I remember correctly. I was kind of surprised about that. So really, it was just me. I think like Benjamin Magnus Games, a couple Twitch streamers. I don't know. I don't really rank myself with Twitch streamers. I'm more of a content creator on YouTube. Twitch streaming is fun, but like I wouldn't ask for a review copy to just stream on Twitch, right? That kind of doesn't sound right. If you're gonna have a review copy, you have to be on YouTube and make a review about it or content about it. But that's just me. I did a review copy. I got a review copy on Endless Space 2. We did some early access videos on that. I'd love to come back to it. I haven't had a lot of time. I haven't had a lot of time to really play all the games that I wanted to. We did some Let's Plays on Stellaris when the Leviathans expansion released. We did some Let's Plays there. I actually forget the reason I stopped this, actually. I think I meant to continue with it. I just never did. I never thought that Stellaris and, to be honest, Hearts of Iron 4 were actually that fun. I never enjoyed completely playing them. I should come back to it after these patches and stuff like that. I just haven't had the time, to be honest. School and work has really been affecting me and the channel and how much I can really pump out. I've still done fairly well for myself, I think, but definitely it's been a little difficult handling all my priorities and keeping my priorities in line. It's been a difficult experience doing YouTube. I will admit it's been very hard because, to be honest, most of my free time, anything that I have as far as quote free time, whatever the hell that means, if I'm not going to school or I'm not working, has been on YouTube, and it gets to be very, very exhausting. It really can be quite difficult. Then again, though, I'm here because I love doing this. I love making videos, and it really means a lot to me. I wouldn't be here if I didn't enjoy this. At the same time, though, you also have to keep, your considerations as far as business and time in mind. You have to be kind of careful about what you choose to do, I guess. I don't know. Yeah, so these are our most recent campaigns here. We did the Total War Warhammer Bloody Hands campaign. That unfortunately stopped because I lost the save. We did some Civilization 6. I don't know if I'll ever come back to this game. I really did not enjoy this game. If you want to check out Civilization 6, go see Filthy Robot. He's a freaking awesome guy. We did some Empire Total War. I used the American Civil War mod. This was actually pretty fun. I will admit, I'd like to come back to that. Maybe as a Confederacy instead of the Union. We did a Total War Warhammer live stream campaign as the Dwarves. I tried this out. This was, I guess, okay. There's not a lot of people on the channel that I think like Total War Warhammer, so this didn't get a lot of views, so I didn't continue with it, but it was okay. Our Europa Universalis IV Denmark campaign, the 1.19 Denmark campaign, this was actually, I'm actually really sad the way that this campaign turned out. This was actually one of our most significant campaigns on the channel. A lot of people loved this series. this was very, very successful for me. And the save got corrupted, actually. There was a problem with the 1.19 patch that corrupted Iron Man saves. And that's what happened to us, actually, is I was doing really well. We were going to get an achievement and everything. And actually, the save got corrupted. Got 9,000 views in the first video. I was pissed, man. I was really mad, but we had to just kind of come back from it. Things like that happen, you know, things like that really do happen. And I ended up doing an Ultimate General Civil War preview. We did we did the Baltic Crusader campaign that we're currently doing right now. We did our Spain campaign. I'm still kind of considering trying to come back to the Total War Wood Elves campaign, but it hasn't really been that successful, I will admit. Only about 300, 400 views, not very much. You know, other people have been there, done that, and so I'm just not one of those big Total War guys. You know, people don't come to my channel looking for Total War as much as I might want them to. They just don't. And you just kind of have to accept that. You have to be, you know, you have to do, you have to play the content that you're good at and that people want from you, that people expect from you. And mostly I've been doing grand strategy. I think Europa Universalis IV is the most that I've ever played on this channel. So we also did the Hearts of Iron 4 Together for Victory. We did the Together for Victory Let's Play. I would love to come back to that. January 19th. I don't know if we will, because the game, it still has problems. You know, it still has a lot of problems. You know, we got 2,300 views on this, you know, on this video, and that's pretty good. But the game is just, it does have some problems, and I don't understand how people play the games as much as they do. I really do not. But I don't know. That's just what it is. I actually also did a Together for Victory review, like an actual video, a scripted video. It took a lot of time to make, I will admit. I think I spent probably like 6 hours on a review that's 8 minutes long, you know? So it takes a lot of time to do those kinds of structured videos. If I had more time, I think I'd like to do them more. I'd like to do professional scripted videos that are, you know, edited and put together very particularly, but I just don't really have the time. I don't know. It's hard. It's hard to balance time. You know, in that time that I took to make that review, I probably could have recorded like 15, 20, 25 episodes. You know, it's crazy. So, yeah, that's what we've done as far as most of our content. We've come a long way. We used to do a lot of different types of content. Anywhere from like Victoria 2 to, you know, shooters and a lot of older Total War games to right now, we're really just doing Paradox interactive games of whatever kind I can get my hands on. Total War is still in there. I think it's there a little less. I think you guys prefer Europa Universalis IV and things like that. As far as other ways that we've progressed in 2016, new hardware. I remember when I first started out, I was using a gaming laptop, actually. It was like $2,000. And I eventually had a lot of problems with it, and I just wasn't satisfied with the performance, so I ended up getting a gaming desktop. And, you know, it was a good desktop for a long time. It was by Asus. And then I ended up salvaging whatever parts I could, and I actually built my own desktop. And now we've got like a 6-core processor, a GTX 1070 that was released in June, or I think it was May or June. I've got like two professional gaming monitors here. I've got, you know, my audio set up. Everything's good. It took me a lot of time and a lot of money to really get everything the way that it should be. But now, you know, we've got excellent video quality, excellent audio quality. Everything looks good, sounds good, runs good, plays good. So I can't really want anything else, right? There's nothing else that I could possibly desire. But it was expensive. You know, it was a very expensive endeavor, and it's going to take me a long time to kind of come up with the money to pay all this stuff back. But, you know, I think it was well worth it. Yeah, because I don't have to buy parts that often. I don't have to upgrade my audio or my video quality that often, if at all, for the next, realistically, probably 2 years or so. I won't have to do anything to this computer, to my audio setup, my visual setup, probably until I'm out of college. Maybe a few things here and there when I have some extra cash, but, you know, for now I got some bills that I got to pay. And so, at least I don't have to worry about having to, upgrade or worry about technical problems or audio visual problems. We just don't have that problem. We don't have that deficiency in the channel. I've even gone through some name changes, actually. I think you guys might remember when I first started out, my channel name was actually Adrian L. And, you know, it doesn't have that ring to it. So I went with a few experiments. I ended up settling on Adrian Gaming. It's a little generic because there are a lot of games out there that, I guess, have gaming in their name. There are a lot of games out there like that. There are a lot of channels out there like that, but for me, I'm hoping that by now in the community, in the Paradox interactive community, the Paradox Development Studio community, if you name, me as a Let's Player or something, if you say, "Hey, Adrian's a Let's Player," hopefully that name will stick. So that's what I'm hoping for, and I think it's starting to get there. Everybody names Quill, Roomba, and Benjamin Magnus. He's one of the big ones too. Benjamin Magnus Games. He's a big guy here. The Solar Gamer. He plays a lot of Paradox Interactive and Paradox Development Studio titles. But hopefully I'll get up there as well. Adrian or Adrian Gaming could be a name that people will know. Marbazir. A lot of people talk about Marbazir. Jay's Gaming. He's also a really nice guy. I've talked to him before, and he's pretty cool. He's from France, so he's a nice guy too. Jay's Gaming. I mean, Jay's Gaming, Adrian Gaming. Similar names, I guess, similar connotations. I just wanted something that was mine, something that would be my branding, something that would be recognizable. And so far I think I found it. I was considering a name instead of Adrian Gaming. The only other option that I was really considering was Adrian HD, just like one word, Adrian, capital words HD. And I actually never went with that because I just felt like at a glance, it didn't tell the viewer enough about what I did, about what I was into. So, Adrian Gaming, I think it's a good name. It's got a good ring to it, and it sounds, it's mine, it's my own, I guess, it's my own space on YouTube, I guess you would say. It's my own, it's mine, right? I can have it as my own. And it means a lot to me. I don't know. It's weird how to kind of explain it. As far as, let's see, any other changes that I can think of before we get on to the finale, right? I have had a Patreon for a long time. I've had we actually had a Twitch channel, and I started to experiment with live streams on YouTube. I actually ended up getting rid of my old Twitch channel. I guess they put it back up, but I need to sort that out. But now we have a new Twitch channel. It's twitch.tv/AdrianL1996. So if you want to subscribe on Twitch, that's where it's going to be. I got an Amazon affiliate link. You can donate on Streamlabs if you want to. You can also donate here on YouTube if you wanted to ever support the channel. These donations are taxed and such, but they do help out, whatever they may be. Twitter, I've got a Twitter. It's just my personal Twitter, just Adrian Lopez, but I do just tweet out when I can. I've considered just getting a Twitter solely for the channel, but haven't gotten around to it yet. I don't know if I ever will. I don't know if there's a point. I think just using my own personal Twitch or my own personal Twitter account is fine, I guess. I don't know. Let me know what you think about that. And then on to the final kind of thing that I wanted to talk about was, what have we accomplished in, I guess, 10 months of being on YouTube, right? So we've got, let's see. I don't actually know if this is the way to do this, but I guess some of the overalls, right, that we've done. I've got 900 videos on the channel. That's a crap ton if you're asking me. Now for a Let's Play channel, maybe not, but to put it into comparison, I think Roomba has like 8,000 videos on his channel or something like that. That's crazy. That's like a crazy amount. He's a machine though. So yeah, so we've got 900 videos on the channel. Some of these you guys actually probably haven't seen yet. We've got 1,779 subscribers, almost 2,000. I was actually hoping to get to 2,000 before the new year, but as it looks, I don't think that's going to happen, but that's okay. 1,779 is definitely a start. Once you hit like 5,000, 10,000 and above, that's when you're really getting into something. So we're making, we've had a pretty good start. For only 10 months of being on YouTube, I think that's a pretty damn good number to me. 270,000 video views. That's also fairly impressive by my standards. I think that's pretty good. I'm happy with that number. Let's see here. Technically, this YouTube channel has been around since December 16th, 2010. This used to be my own personal YouTube channel. I rebranded it at some point, when we moved on to Let's Plays and stuff like that. And so that's kind of cool. This is Social Blade. We've gained 584 subscribers in a month. Don't worry about the money. I actually, to be honest, guys, I haven't made that much money off of YouTube in 10 months of doing all of this. I haven't made any substantial amount of money. So, the money comes later. I'll admit the money comes later. I didn't do this for money, right? That'd be nice, but that's not what I did this for. I did this because Um, I did this because I was inspired by someone, and I'll make another video on that, I think, before the new year is out. We had 72,000 video views in the last 30 days. That's actually pretty decent. That's almost 100,000 views a month, right? Once you get into like 100,000, 500,000 views a month, that's when you're making like some serious cash. We're not there yet, obviously, but I don't know. This is actually a pretty big number if you're asking me. So I'm really happy about that. That's really cool. So, hopefully I can keep up my content and continue to progress and progress and progress. It's just one step at a time. That's all it's about. We're actually, I guess, within the 1 million mark of subscriber ranks on, or 1 million mark of YouTube channels. I don't know as far as how many subscribers we have. So there's literally a club of 1 million people that I'm now a part of. So I don't know. It's weird. I don't know. PewDiePie's like number 1, right? He's got 50 million. We have 1,780. So I don't know. But anyway, guys, let's see. Can you guys even see this? Yeah, you guys can see this. Anything else I want to talk about? Can't think of anything. Not for this video. I think that's gonna be just about it. This video is half an hour long. Holy shit. So, yeah, it's gonna be a new year. It's gonna be 2017. There's gonna be a lot of new changes for the channel. For new games coming out, games that I'd love to try out and play. New hardware. There's new adventures out there. So we're gonna be there. Eventually. Yeah, we'll get there. I can't do any of this without you guys, so I just got to give a really big thanks from the bottom of my heart. I wouldn't have been able to do any of this without you guys. I'm glad that I can entertain you guys and that you guys enjoy my content. That really means a lot to me. It really does. I don't even know if I have the words to explain that to you, but I just want to give my thanks to everybody on Patreon, to everybody on Twitter, on Twitch, YouTube subscribers. I just got to say thanks for all of this. You're making it happen for me, and I hope that I'm making something happen for you. So, all right, guys, this might be one of the last videos you see of me in 2016. So I will see you guys in the next episode, in the next video. Thank you so much for watching, as always, and I'll see you guys around. Thanks so much.